Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition for the Carvel community meeting. Today's date is October 11th, 2023. If you're watching this from home, I encourage you to come join us live. We meet every second and fourth Wednesday of the month at 8 a.m. Pacific time. It's a great opportunity for you to come and meet other folks in the community, meet our maintainers, listen in on what they're working on, provide feedback, ask questions. You can also bring up any discussion topics you have yourself. Maybe that's some proposals you have, new features you are wanting with the tools, or if you are having any trouble with any of the tools and you want some help with them, we'll take anything and everything that you want to bring up. We'd love to have you. For those that are on today's call, just if you have anything you wish to discuss, make sure to put that in the discussion topic section right here, and we'll get to it after all the other fun stuff. If you're unable to come join us live for these meetings, but still want to get a hold of us, you can find us on the Kubernetes Slack channel, on the Carvel channel, Carvel channel in the Kubernetes Slack workspace. You can email us. You can find us in GitHub within any of our project repos. You can also find us on Twitter at Carvel_dev. If any point you are interacting with us or other members of the community, just please read and abide by our code of conduct, which is linked here, and it's linked throughout all of our repos. If you are using the tools, we want to know more about how you are using them. We've created this pinned issue for you to just add a comment to, and you can add information about your organization, link to your website, contact information, your scenario for using any of the Carvel tools, and how you're running it, and also add a logo. We want to know just more about how people are using the tools. Gives us a better understanding of the tools usage, and it also helps the community know how others are using it, so they too can use it in the same way if they are looking for something similar. And then, most of this is optional if you're uncomfortable sharing some of this information, but you still want to share how you're using Carvel tools, please do that as well. That's the most important thing. We just want to hear from folks on how they're using the tools. And then as a reminder for attendees that are here today, just add your name and organization that you're representing below, so we can keep track of who all's attending our meetings. Moving on to Hacktoberfest. Our announcements, we have Hacktoberfest. It's happening right now, goes on till October 31st. For those that are not familiar with it, it started with DigitalOcean, a partnership between DigitalOcean and GitHub. I don't believe GitHub is official partner now, but they are celebrating their 10-year Hacktoberfest this year, and it's a way to bring awareness to open source software and kind of lessen the barriers to entry for those that are interested in contributing to open source and feel a little intimidated by it. It gets folks who are maintainers of projects to help sort of label some things that might be good issues to start with. There's, lots of different documentation on this website to help people get started with contributing, just to make it, less scary and, make it a little bit more comforting to try out. So it was kind of like, well, everybody, those that are new to it, they're all participating in this, and it makes you feel a little less, I guess, intimidated by the whole process. So with that, we have labeled a bunch of different issues that we would like to help with during Hacktoberfest. And so, if you help with these issues, I believe it's a certain amount, you get something in return. I believe they used to do t-shirts and whatnot, but I think now they're the first 50,000 have a tree planted in their name, which is pretty cool. 50,000 trees. That's pretty awesome. So not only are you participating in this really cool global community effort to increase awareness of open source software, you're also helping the planet by planting trees. So we've listed all of our issues here that are tagged with Hacktoberfest. So won't go through every single one of them in this meeting. It would take up the whole meeting. So, but please do click on any of these. And if you have any questions, if anything interests you, feel free to reach out to us at any of the above aforementioned ways to contact us, and we would love to help you. Moving on to KubeCon North America. So we do have a big presence in KubeCon North America. Selmic says, I need to add the labels to set of easiest to start ones. One's around Thomas's proposal, and he'll add that and add it more info later. So stay tuned for that. Thanks, Selmic. Okay, KubeCon North America. So there is a project meeting like we did in Amsterdam. It's a 1-hour meeting, Monday, November 6th, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. There isn't a link. The project meetings aren't listed in the schedule yet. No room info yet. But as soon as we have that, we will put it out to the masses. So if you're attending and you want to meet us in person, this is a great opportunity for you to do so. We'll probably be doing some demos, answering questions, all sorts of fun things. So be on the lookout for that. If you're unable to attend that meeting, but you're still, you are going to KubeCon, we have a kiosk there. And these are the hours that it will be open, Tuesday through Thursday. And then it's going to be like the full-time option for the kiosk. With that, we also need volunteers. If you're attending, we need help staffing the kiosk. A big chunk of our team is in India, and there's a bunch of visa issues and trying to get to the United States. Long wait times, we just wouldn't be able to make it. So, and then we have other team members who have some personal stuff going on, at that same time, other obligations. So we have limited staffing, and we would need help from the community to help us staff each day. So we have these open slots here, and if you're able to take on just one shift, we would love the help. We want to make sure, like, we also do a dinner, just a fun dinner with everybody. And so if you help us out, you're invited to that dinner. You also get all the fun swag. If you don't have any of Carvel swag yet, we will provide that for you as well, like a hoodie, long sleeve shirt, beanie, t-shirt, all the fun things. So essentially what it is just, you hang out at the kiosk, and if people come up to you, you answer questions about Carvel. You maybe do some demos if you're comfortable with that. Just sort of try to answer any questions. And if there's questions you don't know the answer to, you can just mark that down, and then we can get to them and help them answer the questions later. So if you have any questions about that and you're interested in helping, please let us know. Okay, moving on to content. So since we last met, we had a few events, webinars, things like that. So there's a recording of them now online. So there's the CNCF live webinar that happened, and the recording is here. There's a recording of the talk done by Daniel at Cloud Native Day in Bern, Switzerland. Recording is here. And then we have a couple of talks that were in KubeCon China, and once those are available, we'll let you know and make sure everybody can go check those out. if you have anything that you wish to share, if you have a talk coming up and that's about any of the Carvel tools, or if you have a blog post that you're writing, tutorial that you're doing, anything like that, we want to know about it so that we can help promote it and the community is aware of it. And so we have this sign up sheet right here. It's in our main Carvel repo. You can add your details there and we'll be sure to promote it. And if you have a blog post, we might cross post it on our own website, things like that. So in exchange, you'll get a t-shirt as a thank you. Okay, releases. We have a ton of releases. I know some of these we've actually already gone over in the community meeting before. So we have just a whole list of different ones that have happened over the last few weeks. We don't have time to go over every single one of them today, but please go check out all the ones that we have posted here. And let us know if you have any questions on any of those releases. I've been talking a lot. Any comments, questions, or anything like that before we move on? Nope. Okay. All right. Project roadmap. So we got a few changes. Thank you, Renu, for updating this. So we have kapp-controller release package repository as tar. That a couple of new things have been added here. Who wants to go? Does anyone have any context for this? Any details they want to share for these two kapp-controller items? No, it might have been more.
You want to go for it, Brenner? You're muted, but we cannot hear you. So. Okay. Somebody else wants to talk about that?
Yeah, it sounds like
So Mick, go for it.
I was just catching up here. Sorry, I didn't see the roadmap before. So, okay, I'm just reading as I describe this, like talk about this. So please, I'm sorry if I mess up some stuff. But so one of the things that we're working on is sort of making it possible to create like a OCI compliant tar artifact and store it locally when you're bundling stuff. And this can be done for package bundles and package repository bundles. That's something Ashish is working on. He'll be speaking about it later. And what this allows you to do is you're not dependent on a registry to sort of put together a bundle artifact on your host, which can be moved around as you want. And let me look at multiple enhancements. So we have been working on a few things around K-control. There are some behavior improvements we've been working on, and we are also gauging out how K-control can handle multiple value references, as we mentioned last time. So I'm guessing these are what we are referring to. But I think that just points to like one specific improvement now.
okay, cool. Thanks, Samik. Okay, vendor, lazy thinking. Anybody have any info? Oh, Fritz?
Yeah. Can you scroll to the top and only run sync for stable version? So that's an issue I raised.
So I have
Yeah,
added this.
yeah, exactly. This was the proposal, right? So we had a proposal that was merged for this in order to address this whole topic with a new setting in the Vendir YAML where you can say this particular directory content is lazy, and that means it would then be synced only if you make a change to the Vendir configuration. So the proposal was committed, was merged, and I've also submitted a implementation. So yeah, that I wanted to highlight. The implementation has been, there's a pull request. Please have a look, and yeah, give me some feedback so that we can get this thing merged. Needlessly to say, this issue is still causing a lot of pain at our end, and we need to write extra code in our tooling around Vendir in order to get around it.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for sharing those details. Sorry to put you on the spot unexpectedly. Renu, I know you unmuted yourself. You seem like you had some other stuff you wanted to add to this.
No, I added this to the roadmap because this was already, the proposal was already merged, and then there is already PR which is available. Just one question to the maintainers. How are we prioritizing this? I put it as Q4. That means we need to close it out before December. I hope we are on track for that, or even before that if possible.
The PR is already in, so I think Tanushree already reviewed that, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe I don't remember. But I guess that we're on track to, on the next couple of weeks, to have it merged on like worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Okay. Moving on. So we got the signature and SLSA attestation for Carvel artifacts. The proposal was merged. Any updates here for this?
Yeah, so the proposal is merged, and I saw that Sobi created the different tasks to implement the different, different signature support for the different projects. I don't know, Sobi, if you have some more to say about that.
I guess that's it. We've created the issues, and I think before we take a swing at it, it'll be nice to let folks who participate in Hacktoberfest take a swing at it, because it's pretty cut out. So yeah, there are like issues for all our projects where we'll be amending the pipeline to ensure that we are signing our artifacts.
I'm wondering, so we will wait till October and see if folks from the community are doing anything about it. If not, probably November is the time frame we can pick it up.
Yep.
Yeah, and
So,
I'm available to work on them, like for the remaining ones after October.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Thomas, like I was wondering, like I don't know, like it's fine if you're like too busy, but I think if we do like one container image and one binary, like we do it ourselves, maybe folks will have a reference. So if you're available, maybe you can sort of take a swing at that, and I'm open to doing that as well, at least for one tool. That sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Because the work is repetitive, so I guess it'll be easier for folks to pick up.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, great. Good to see that moving along. Okay, the Carvel supports the ability to assign and verify assets. Looks like that's kind of in the back burner.
Yep, that's moving very, very slowly. We definitely want to do it at some point, but yeah, I haven't been able to give as much time to it as I'd like to, but it's like on the radar, let's say. We're not committing to a timeline for it as of now.
Okay. Sounds like we got a lot of good stuff already in the works. All right, moving on to backlog stuff. That's kind of stuff that we're working on outside of the roadmap. Vendors got a bug fix happening in a new feature urge to develop. Who can give some info on that?
Yeah, I can provide some info. So in vendor, we had bug raised by Vacancy, and it is HTTP fails to unpack certain tar.gz files. And thanks, Vacancy, for raising this issue and your contribution. There is also a new feature that was asked by Alexander Roman, and we worked on this feature. This feature provides an optional flag or dangerous skip TLS verify, skip SSL verification while using Git. So this feature will be available in next vendor release. We have connected features to implement in kapp-controller, so we'll be taking up that soon. Thanks, Alexander Roman, for requesting this feature.
Right, thanks, Parsha. Any questions or comments on that? No, okay. Moving on to discussion topics. Ashbeck, thank you for coming and attending this community meeting, making sure you are here.
Hello.
Okay, great. And do you need I can unshare my screen if you want to share your screen?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
So, yeah, hello everyone. I'm Ashish. My hacker name is Ashpect. That's why I thought I forgot to edit it. Anyways, so I have created a PR for the proposal, building target bundles while being dependent on an OCI registry. Basically, what we want to be able to achieve is presently, if any user wants to create a store bundle in any form of let's say a tar in your local disk for sharing purposes. So we have to push the files as an image to a registry first, and then copy it back, and then use the copy to tar command as using the air gap workflow in order to push it back. What happens if the user just wants let's say tar file? Presently, you can maybe in starting, you just want a tar file with basic dependencies, like just a tar file. I'll talk more about the OCA compliance back. Initially, it was inspired by Joan's issue, which was open. So I have started working on a POC. So what I propose is basically to create something similar to, let's say, Docker load, image package save, which will take the folders and like package them into a tar at a given location. It should generate that, and then it should also be compliant to be able to get pushed by image package copy. And also with image package push, we can maybe add a tar flag with image package push so that it pushes it to the registry. So this is the primary goal of the proposal, to add this functionality to image package, add a flag to image package push. So to achieve this will be a bit straightforward, because image package copy to tar using the air gap workflow is basically you just need a tar file. So image package save, the first goal will be to just create a tar file and persist it, and then if you want, you can maybe push it using the image package copy command. The second future goal, which recently I've been reading a bit about those images, and also shared some questions in the Slack channel. So I basically realized that our images were not OCI compliant or like the tar artifacts. So in order to do that, I was going through the certain tools such as Scopio and like other crane and other tools, which convert the which basically take your image and then convert it. So what they basically do is they take the manifest, which is and then you have some flags, you have some values basically there's, and then you can change that manually. Currently Go container registry do not allow that. I had a thread on Carvel Slack regarding this where Joanne also commented. So maybe I was thinking if we are able to do this, like create save a star, we can maybe add this functionality. So I've shared an example of how Docker save works. So basically in Docker save, this layer.tar is the actual tar which is found, and then you have JSON configs and other metadata or manifest.json, whatever you want. So maybe we can work out on a directory structure in which we can save we can use the image package save, let's say, and add a flag OCI compliant, and then change it and then push the image as an OCI compliant image or artifact. So that will be what I've written in future goals as such. And the use cases a user wants to build a local tar that can be pushed at a later point without being dependent on a registry, as explained above. And without using the CI framework, which allows to share files between stages, he just wants to pass this outward so that it can be pushed copied to the next stage rather than having a shared registry. Basically, do not get dependent on the registry for the whole flow. I think that's self-explanatory. Other approaches I've considered was basically create a flag as Docker so that you can maybe make it more compatible with Docker and you can directly some images, but I thought that won't be a priority. We should not basically consider it, so I just dropped it. And there are some open questions. The most important open question would be like if we were to think about the future goal. I think this goal is straightforward, but then how will be the directory structure would be? I think that's something Joanne can give an input about. So yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Any questions for Ashish? And just so everyone knows, he is our intern that we got through the Linux Foundation mentorship program. So it's really great work to see that you've put together, and thank you so much for presenting that to us and to the whole community.
It's a pleasure.
And if you have any questions or comments on that, be sure, as the community at large, just add that to the proposal that he shared. Or you can come find us in Slack if you have any questions on it. Okay. Next on the discussion topics, we have the vendor.
Yeah, that's an issue was a fix for an issue that I posted here, because I submitted this a while back, like an error on vendor sync when you define a directory. It's actually wrong in the title. It should be directory option, not dependency option. And Kumari started looking at that, but she couldn't reproduce the error. So I thought I'd bring it up here, maybe just to show again how to produce the error. Even though I think Kumari is not in, but maybe.
Yeah, I'm here, Fritz.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Thank you for putting it up here. Yeah, I was trying with actually with the 29, I think, version you are using, and then develop and with your changes, I was I observed a similar behavior. I didn't get that error, so that's why I texted you. Yeah, it will be like helpful if you can show that.
Yeah, then I can quickly share my screen, maybe. It's really, there might be something off between our setups, but I'm really surprised that, because it's very simple to reproduce. So the only thing you have to do is, you can see my screen, right? My terminal.
Yes, yes.
The only thing you have to do is delete your Vendia log file. So in my case, I just renamed it. And then you do a fresh sync, and you define you set the directory option correctly. And then it does this, the funny thing is it does the sync. It does produce this error message, which mainly the error is about, but it also won't create the Vendia log file. So it errors out here. But in order to reproduce it, really all you have to do is delete your Vendia log file and then do a Vendia sync on a particular directory, and you will get this error. This is even on the latest version. I've now upgraded my Vendia, and it still has this error.
Okay. Okay, you are saying delete the log file and try with the fresh. I think I've tried the fresh. I don't remember exactly when the log file I've deleted, because I was trying the other PR as well. That so might be some log file was there. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've tried with fresh. Okay.
But I've also looked at the code, and it really, I've submitted the fix. It's really a problem. Also, there's another error also, since I have the screen, just to have mentioned it, and I think I ought to create an issue for that as well, unless you disagree. On any attempt to use Vendia together with locked, you get an immediate error. So this is another issue, but just so that, since I have your attention, I also think one should fix this. This whole log file logic is a little bit, needs a little bit of work, in my opinion.
Yeah, sure.
But I will, unless you say that this is actually by intention, that you never do a Vendia sync on a directory using the log file, then I would say, yeah, let's make this an issue as well. And I guess I could also provide a fix for that, since I've now looked intensively into that part of the logic.
Yeah, understood. Can you create a issue for this as well?
Yeah, will do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, yeah, thank you so much for showing us that, and for all your help and helping us improve the tools. Okay. We need to think about how we manage memberships and contributor permissions better. I will say, yes, I brought this up maybe even a year ago that we needed to figure out how we do this in preparation of us getting new maintainers outside of VMware. So I would love whoever brought this up, what their thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I just put that in just so that, yeah, and I guess it's something we should talk about. So as of today, I think all of us who are members have equal permissions on the repositories, and we do not have any automation as to which decides who gets these permissions and scope it to people. So we should probably like start off by having teams with a certain set of permissions and then move on to automating it. We can definitely take inspiration from other projects. This actually came up because we were trying to onboard a member. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a secret, but yeah. So you're trying to onboard a new member.
Not a secret, Thomas.
Yeah, that's Thomas. And we realized that we don't have this piping in place. So it's something we should work towards. And I'll be creating an issue on this, but yeah, it's something we need to think about. Because ideally, someone who's trying to join the team should have like a seamless experience when they're joining. And I think Kubernetes SIG-Contribex has like a framework that can be used with all the projects, and other projects that adopted this. So it's just something we need to think about as and when we have more people contribute it. So yeah, that's it actually. I didn't have anything else to add to it, but I just put it in there to gather some thoughts.
Yeah, I think creating an issue about it first, and we can explore. There's a tag contributor experience meeting that happens, I think, weekly. Can also ask there what others have done. And then there's also my other project that I work on, build packs. I know that they have like a active contributor role, maintainer role, and I think one other role. And I think they all have different permissions. So I don't know. I know, Joel, you used to work on build packs. Do you remember anything like that?
I think there's like a difference here, because we do have permissions for, like, because the way we set up our governance was tool oriented. I think it's a little bit different. While on build packs, at least when I was there, it was more like everybody had the same permission, like throughout the full project. So this is a little bit more on the complicated side because of that. Even though we talked about, like, there's like a maintainer level that is somewhat common. When you get to like approver and so on, that becomes like a specific repository or a specific tool permission. So that makes it a little bit different. But if there are like, I forgot what was the project that we got like some inspiration from? Was it Flux?
Kubernetes.
No, I think not. I think it was like Flux or something like that had like different, they have like different parts, and they have like different approvers and so on in each part. Was that it? I don't remember. Like I remember we saw the governance, like we used the governance levels from somebody else, and we tried to adopt it to us, right? And they had a similar concept. So maybe we can look there to get some inspiration as well. But definitely that's a good point. We should definitely look into this as we start to get more traction, and now with like KubeCon US, we're gonna get so many people joining us that we should fix this pretty soon. So yeah.
Right. I will try and do something about that. Thanks, Amit, for bringing that up. We'll see if we can create project-wide roles. Nancy, if we can help out by reaching out to how they're how the SIG contributor or the tag contributor, which you said you mentioned, you can reach out to and figure out how they are doing it. What are their recommendations?
So Madhav is the tech lead for SIG-Contribex, so we can definitely find him wandering in the office. Yes.
Okay.
I'll create the issue and we'll see where we go from there.
Sounds good. Will you also tag me in the issue or something? Thank you. Okay, we have roughly 15 minutes left. Thomas, after the approval of the signatures for Carvel Artifacts proposal, plan to submit the two following proposals. SBOMs for Carvel Artifacts and SLSA Provenance for Carvel.
Yes,
Wanna-
so the original issue that we talked about earlier, that is also in the roadmap, actually was covering a few different things. And for clarity, also to make it easy to review, I focused the first proposal only on signatures, also to understand better the process around the proposal. But we still have these other two parts that were mentioned in the original issue. So thoughts about then submitting also those two? I think after most of the work was part of the first proposal. So I think these other two will not be as much, because they will both be based on the work of the first one.
Go for it. More than happy to have people contributing and creating proposals and so on. So, and they look like something that we should definitely start thinking about. So, good to see them.
Cool. Then I'll work on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Thomas.
Yeah, I guess it's still me, the next one.
Still
So
you.
I'm gonna present. Yes, I'm gonna present about Carvel at the Cloud Native meetup in December. So I was wondering, can we get some stickers to distribute? That would be nice if it was possible.
Yes, I will send you stickers. I have your address. I guess what worked last time was sending it to your work. Do you think that would still?
Yes, I think that would still be great. Thank you.
And I have, so our t-shirts still have VMware on them. So I want to be able to deplete as much as possible so we can get some new swag. I'm happy to send you shirts too, if you want shirts and stickers.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Okay, cool. All right. And anything else folks wish to discuss that wasn't added here yet? Oh. Okay. I just want to say before we end things, Scott, it's so good to see you. I don't want to get emotional, but I'm really glad you're on this call. And you are in our thoughts. And I just I'm getting emotional.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
For those that don't know, Scott is based in Israel. So we just you're in our thoughts, and we love you. Everybody, you've touched a lot of folks' lives in the community. So stay safe. And with that, everyone, thank you so much for joining today. And as a reminder, we meet every second and fourth Wednesday of the month at 8 a.m. Pacific time. So we hope to see you at the next meeting. And everyone have a good rest of your day and evening. Thank you.